did we talk about this morning? Have a seat. Did we talk about your name this morning? No? Is this? You did tell me your name. And remember I told you I knew a Mackenzie?
Yes.
Did I tell you that? Is this Megan's?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think of my story this morning? Disgusting.
At the end, yes.
At the end, it was kind of disgusting.
I know.
But you didn't know. You didn't know it was disgusting up front, did you? In the beginning.
No.
Why didn't I let you know it was disgusting up front in the beginning?
Because you were just laying in your bed and it was all fine.
Yep. That's how a story starts sometimes, isn't it? So that's not. So we help talk about stories. So that's how stories start off sometimes. They start off kind of fun. They start off kind of, where's the problem tend to be?
At the end or at the beginning or the middle?
Well, one of those things. But I think sometimes the problem is kind of in the middle sometimes, right? Or towards the end, right? In the beginning, it's not usually a problem, right? All right. How about, do you think we could start planning a story for you guys? What do you guys, what's happened to you? Have you ever had anything like that happen to you? No? What kind of things happen to you? What kind of stories have happened to you?
I fell off my bike into a ditch with stinging nails.
All right.
I fell on the rocks and busted my hand right there.
All right. There you go. So that was something you could do. What about you?
My dog pooped in my house one time.
It what? It pooped in your house?
And my dog was mad. I know. It wasn't drawn.
All right. So, what's your name? Is it Georgia? Georgie. So, what about you? What's kind of happened to you? She has a bike story that fell off. Daryl you fell and did you get stitches or anything?
I just got a red thing.
Okay. And you had a dog poop. What about you? These are all great stories.
My puppy always poops in there.
Uh-huh. Okay. So can you think about one time that happened? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something with you. I want you to think about that. But here's what I'm going to do I'm going to do something with you right now. This is the paper we're going to write on today. And look what I did. What did I just do with the paper?
Fold it.
I did just fold it. I folded it into how many parts?
3.
Yes, 3 parts. Do you know what we're going to do?
Because when it opens, you have 3 parts.
Exactly.
Wait, we're making a book.
No, well, you might make a book, but we might not. We're going to do a story, and then right now, I'm just kind of doing a way to start. We can plan our story, and sometimes I just think it's easy sometimes to have, to fold it and have 3 parts like this. So once you get it, I want you to open it up, and I want you to, because I guess I have to pass them out. Can you sit up there, Mackenzie, my dear? There you go. And I got Daryl here. I've got yours ready for you. All right. So do you know what? Do you have a story? Which one of those stories is going to be in your head? And maybe get rid of this. All right. Are you ready? All right. So here's what I want you to do. Is everybody's paper facing the front? It's up straight. Is the top is up on the top and the bottom is down the bottom? How about you, Daryl? Look at your paper. How's your paper? Is it the right direction? What needs to go at the top? Do the lines go at the top, or does the white space go at the top?
The white space goes at the top.
The white space goes at the top. Because because what are we going to do up there, Daryl? What are we going to do in the white spot? The white space?
We are going to draw the picture.
We are going to draw the picture. That's right. So this way goes this way right here. All right. There you go. Because you're going to draw your pictures up here. You're going to draw. They're not really pictures. What are they? Do you know another word besides pictures?
Quick sketches.
Okay. You're going to draw a quick sketch. You know what I call it besides a quick sketch? A plan. You're going to plan out your story. Now, right now, in order to start your plan, do you know what the first thing you have to write on this piece of paper is? Hang on. Oh, smarty pants. That's exactly right. So everybody right now, in one square, the first square, you're going to put the letter
B.
The second square, you're gonna put what letter?
M.
For, it stands for,
Middle.
and I'm not even gonna tell you. Does everybody get a pencil? I'm not even gonna tell you what letter to put in the end.
E.
For,
N.
okay. And here's what I want you to do. Guess which one we're gonna start with? B, M, or E?
B.
What are we gonna plan first?
What's the
B, M, E. Which one? You think B?
Yeah.
What if I go like this? No.
Well, we always start with E.
I know, but today we're not going to. Guess where we're gonna start?
E.
No.
M.
We're gonna start with the M. I know. And here's why. What goes in the M? What part of our story goes in the M?
The beginning.
Well, the beginning we said was in the B. But
Middle.
what goes in the middle, though? What do we put in the middle of our story?
A quick sketch.
Of what?
Of a pizza.
Well, let me get out the cards here for a minute, because this is what I want to think about right here. What do you think goes in the middle? Listen to this. What happened? Who was there? Where did it happen?
Where did it happen?
No.
How did you feel?
And how'd you feel? You kind of. How do you feel?
What part are you going to write about?
Well, that would be kind of right. I'm thinking what we're going to write about is in the middle. What happened? So, what happened in your story? What was the big thing that happened in your story?
The dog poop.
Okay, so the dog poop. So that's what you're going to put. You're going to sketch out right now. In the middle is that thing that happened. What did you say, Mackenzie? That happened. That your story's about.
I fell in a ditch with stinging nettles in my back.
All right. So what are you going to put in your middle?
What happened?
Yeah, and you're going to be in a ditch, right?
With stinging nettles.
Okay.
I love stinging nettles.
What happened in your story?
My dog died.
Okay, that goes in the middle. And Daryl, what happened in your story?
Bust my hand.
You what?
Bust my hand.
You busted your hand. Okay, so everybody right now in the middle, draw what happened. You gonna make a ditch? Can you know how to make a ditch? Can I make a ditch for you? Watch this. See if this makes like a good ditch.
Down here.
Yes. And what's gonna be down in your
I
ditch?
just sit in a cul-de-sac.
Well, a cul-de-sac, it's kind of like that. So what are you gonna draw in your cul-de-sac?
I don't know how to draw a bike.
Well, you know how you draw a bike?
No.
So, two circles would be the tires.
Wait.
Okay. And so everybody's drawing just what happened. That's the problem. And what's yours going to be, Daryl? Oh, are you going to be falling on your hands? Oh, look at that. Mm-hmm.
Well,
All right.
where's the eraser?
You did a good bicycle. So here's what I want you to think about. Let's think of.
the eraser?
Are you ready? So here's what I want you to think about when you do your problem in the middle. What happened? Did you say anything? Or how did you feel? You could put those two things. Did you say anything when, or did your dog say anything? Did he bark? Mm-hmm. What did you...
Oh my gosh.
You said, my gosh? Okay, so you need to put yourself in there, and maybe you could put a speech bubble saying, my gosh. What did you say when you went into the cul-de-sac? Or what was it? What'd you call it?
Cool.
When you went into the ditch. Did you say anything when your bike went in there?
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Okay, I want to see that. You gonna make a speech bubble?
I don't know.
You know how to make a speech bubble?
And I said ouch too.
Did you say ouch? I bet you did. Look at how I make a speech bubble. Watch me make a speech bubble right here. I usually make a speech bubble like this. I make a little carrot like on the side right there. You can see. And then a circle. Watch this. There's my speech bubble. Can you make a speech bubble coming from your mouth, from your head? And you gotta make a big one so you can make sure you can write inside it.
I wrote it, you don't.
Is that?
Yep, perfect. What did you say?
Uh,
What did you say when the dog had the accident? Right. Everybody get that done? And here's the other thing I want you to think about. I also want you to put it up. I want you to put the look on your face. How are you feeling? Are you going to have a smile in the middle, or are you going to have a frown, or your mouth going to be like this?
I don't know what this is going to be.
What are you thinking about?
I know what
Sit up a little bit. I can't hear you, so sit up.
I don't know what this is going to be.
Well, tell me what you're doing right now. What's in here? What are you making? Tell me about your sketch.
That is a stain metal.
It's a what?
A stain metal.
What kind of a thing is that?
What?
Who is this right here? Okay, so can you put the word me right next to it so I know that's you? Who is this right here?
Me.
Can you write me right next to you right there? How about you? Can I see your picture? What did you have?
That I did it at recess, and this is, you know, the one that you go up and you slide like around.
Did you
there?
trip over it? Or what did you do? what'd you-
I was on the track and then I tripped and fell.
Okay. Who is this right here?
Me.
Okay, can you label me there so we know that's you? All right, everybody have their middle done?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I have to put my stain in metal.
Say it again.
I have to put my stain in metal. I have to stain it.
Oh, okay, it got wrapped up around your wheels, your tires?
Yeah.
Okay. So here now we're gonna go to the beginning. What happened just before? What were you doing just before you had your problem?
I was in the woods.
Hmm?
I
Were you riding your bike and feeling pretty happy?
I was going from my grandma's house to go second, right by my Aunt Amy's house because she's next to the pool.
Okay, so I wanna see you riding your bike going past Grandma's house. What happened to you just before the dog had the accident?
Well, it was in the morning.
Hmm. What happened just before that? What were you doing? I want to think about what were you doing just before that?
I was driving home and when I got there I saw.
All right, so were you going into the house?
Yeah, I drove there when I got in.
All right, so you're gonna, okay,
in
so,
the family room.
all right, so you were going into the house. How were you feeling when you went to the house? Were you expecting that or not?
Not.
I know, so you probably had a smile on your face. Were you with anybody?
Yeah, but they weren't. But they were in the car.
All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to not start with the car, though. I want you to start when you're walking into the house, right?
I was coming out.
Who were you with when you were walking into the house?
My
Okay, so I want to see you and your sister. Gerald, what were you doing just before you had that accident?
I was running in the track and then I tripped on like a big giant rock.
Okay, what happened just before you tripped? What were you doing? Were you playing?
I was running around and around the
All right.
track.
Were you kind of happy?
Yeah, I was like, woo-hoo. And
All
then-
right.
And I wasn't paying attention.
All right, we already did that, so I want you to write when you're running around the track feeling pretty good on the beginning part. And you know what? I want to change something right here because guess where your beginning goes? Your beginning goes right over here. We'll put the B right here, and we'll put the E right here. Is that okay to do that? I'll just draw a line through your E and a line through your B. So right here, I want to see you with a big old smile on your face, looking like you're having a good time running around the track. All right? Did you figure out what was happening? What was happening just before before the dog had the accident? Were you outside walking? Did this happen outside? Were you going for a walk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are you gonna put in the beginning? Who? You and the dog? Okay, sounds good. Make sure you label yourself, make sure you label who you are. If you're in there, label you. Your sister's there. What's your sister's name? And I want you to label Olivia so we know that one's you and one's Olivia.
My nickname
Hmm?
is DK, so I wrote DK. My nickname's DK.
I know, but I want you to write me. Oh, well, who is this?
That's me.
That's you. Okay, and that's DK. But you know what? I don't. That's your name, DK. But I want you to write me, and we're gonna save a speech bubble just for when you're talking, right? So just write me. Who's this right here?
That's it. Him.
Who's him?
Caleb.
All right. So I want you to write Caleb, and I want you to write me. All right. So we know that's.
Caleb. How do you spell your name?
Well, look at his. He doesn't have. You can look right at his name tag. All right. Are you all set? You walking with the dog. You got yourselves labeled.
I forgot it. I have to make two like this. Sean is rated because he's the one Peter's riding his bike, and my cousin David was riding.
All right. Where is you gonna put Sean up here? Is he standing over the ditch? Was he helping you up? Well, let's save that for the end. That could be how our story ends. All right, does everybody have their beginning done?
Even the middle.
And we have the middle. Now I want you to sketch out how the story end. What happened? You came home. You were with Olivia. You came in. You saw what the dog did. What happened at the end?
Well,
You had the good job of
wait.
cleaning it up.
Cleaning it up.
Okay.
My brother was.
Okay. You and your brother?
My brother was in there.
Oh, he was in there?
He was.
Were you watching your brother pick up the mess? Okay, well, because your story here, you came in, you saw the dog, and then did you see your brother pick up the mess?
No. Oh, it was him picking him up.
What do you think he was thinking when he picked it up? PU?
Well, he had gloves on.
He did have, okay, so I wanted to see him having gloves. I still think he was probably going like this.
Did he have a paper clip on his nose?
Mm-hmm. All right, so what about you? Yes, my dear?
Why is there candy on every table?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, it's a good question. So, we'll talk, let's think about finish getting our plan, okay?
Can we do that now?
You can. How'd your story end?
I showed my teeth and then I went to the office.
All right. So, yep. So you went to see your teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love that. How'd your story end? You went for a walk. The dog had an accent. What happened at the end?
I had to clean it all.
You had to pick it up. Okay. What kind of a look did you have on your face? A look of not happy. A look of disgust. Okay, I'm gonna see that. All right,
I
Mackenzie.
think this would stay on my hand.
All right. Are you ready to do your end? Here, put it right here for me, so I can see it. I can remember who you are. All right. Now I want you to sketch out your end. How'd your story end? After you fell into the ditch. No, I don't want you writing right now. Look at me.
My cousin Damon.
Look at me.
My cousin Damon helped me out with the books.
Okay. So you're gonna have Damon in there. I want you to label Damon so we know who he is, and I want to see
I
what
did
he.
not know how to write his name.
I want you to try though. What sounds do you hear in Damon? Damon.
I think it's D and
Yep. Go ahead. I want you to try, and then you can label it. It's good. You're gonna. Yep. You're gonna remember it.
I think that's right.
All right. Everybody got their story? Everybody there had their story ready?
Done.
You're done? Okay. And I just want, I'm gonna have you tell your story just by looking at your plan, and then we're all gonna be done. Is that Damon? So write Damon right above there.
What do I do?
Hmm?
What do I do?
You do a D? How about if I give you this right here? Can you find a D? Right there. Where's the D? Are you going to use a lowercase d or an uppercase D for the name Damon?
Uppercase.
Yeah, which one's the uppercase? Yes, ma'am. So there, you can use that to help you write the word Damon, the name Damon. All right? Everybody said, Daryl, how are you? Oh, listen to this. Daryl and Damon. They start the same way. And then here's my first name. You know what my first name is? David.
Well,
David, Damon, Daryl. All right.
Seriously, am I name
Well, we kind of, I have the first two letters like you do. You have D-A. Guess how David starts out?
D-A.
D-A. Guess what? How Damon starts out?
D.
D-A. D-A, D-A, D-A.
D-A, D-A, D-A.
All right. Is everybody ready to tell their story?
Yeah.
All right. Daryl, you start out. Look at your plan and tell us what you're going to say when you write your story. How are you going to begin it? Tell me your beginning. Look at your picture. Look at your sketch. What are you going to say in the very beginning?
what do you mean?
What are you going to say? Look at that picture. What are you going to say when you write your story?
Oh, when you write that?
Yep. What are you going to say? Look at your picture. Look at it.
I'm gonna say, one day I went to school. We out on a truck, and all of a sudden.
All right. Well, now you're getting into the middle. What are you going to say in the middle? So one day you were walking around the track. All of a sudden, now you're in the middle. What are you going to do? All of a sudden.
I fell and I fell and busted my head.
Okay. And then you got to look at the end. What are you going to say, Daryl, at the end?
I went to go see my teacher and went to go to the office to fix it.
And okay. And did they fix it? Okay. Perfect. Tell me your story. Look at the beginning and tell me your story.
One day, I was walking my dog around the neighborhood.
Around the neighborhood. Suddenly.
Suddenly, my dog made an accident of diarrhea.
Okay. And then, what happened?
I had to clean it up.
And how did that feel? And it was
Horrible.
horrible. That would be a good way to end it. Tell me your story. Look at your beginning. What are you going to say?
I was going on.
I want you to talk in a normal voice.
I was going on to my bike.
Going from, remember, whose house were you going
I
from?
was going from my grandma's house to my bike.
When all of a sudden,
When all of a sudden, I got there, then I
well,
fell
all of a sudden,
into-
what happened?
All of a sudden, I fell into the ditch, so
Uh-huh.
I was driving.
Okay.
I
And then what are you going to say at the end?
and my cousin Raymond helped me out.
You know what I might say at the end? I might say, and my cousin Damon saved me.
Well,
What do you think? No? Okay. All right. You ready to tell your story? All right, go ahead.
as I was driving
Let's listen.
and I got to my house, I walked up the stairs inside and I saw my doggy with diarrhea. And then my brother picked it up.
All right, with his gloves. Mm-hmm. All right. And do you think did he say anything, or what was he? Was it kind of disgusting?
He did.
He didn't say that or anything. Okay. So everybody know what they're going to say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How many sentences are you going to end up with?
3?
You're going to end up with 3, do you
I
think?
think I'm
Or
gonna
5.
end up with 102.
You think so?
And
Well, how many do you have to have? How many sentences do you have to? You ready, Mackenzie? You ready? How many sentences? What's the least number of sentences you're going to have?
5.
No. That, you're going to have, how many sentences are you going to have? That's the
Wait.
fewest sentences you can have. What's the fewest you can have?
2.
No.
1.
No.
3.
3. That's the fewest you can have. Why am I saying 3 sentences?
Because there's 3 of these.
Yeah.
Beginning, middle, and end.
So you have to have at least 1 sentence for the beginning, 1 sentence for the,
Middle.
and 1 sentence for the,
End.
Can you sometimes have 2?
Can you sometimes have 100?
No. But if you're gonna have 2, I think sometimes the middle has 2, right? The beginning has 1, the middle has 2, and the end has 1.
Beginning has 2.
Okay. 1, 1, and 1, or 1, 2, and 1. What do you think? Is that okay? All right, you guys ready to go back to your classroom?
Yes.
Okay, you gonna bring your papers back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good job.
Why is this